Hi guys, so we've had a few requests this week about knee pain and calf pain and ankle pain and issues around the weakness around the glutes. So as requested, I've decided to put together a few exercises to show how we can switch on and improve activation around the hips and around the glutes. Some of them will be using a band like this, and the ones in standing in particular, we're going to put some emphasis on the band position. There was a recent body of research that looked at band position, whether we should have the band above our knees, around the ankles, or over the top of the feet. And this particular paper found that there was a better activation of the gluteus medius muscle, which is the one we're trying to work here, when the band was in this position around the top of the feet. So in the exercise videos, you'll notice that the band position is over the laces, because that will get a better activation of the glutes. So let's have a go with these different exercises, and I'll talk you through each one as we progress.
So to start off with our glutes, if we're having some particular weakness around the outside of our hips, it's always a good place to start just inside lying. We can start without a resistance band, and then we can add in a band. So I'll show you a few variables for this. Ultimately though, we do want to progress into a weight bearing position, into a functional stance, because that is what we're going to be asking of our body when we go out on the road and we do some running. So first of all, we'll show you a clam. So this is one of the exercises that we use to really target the glutes. I'll show you this one with a band in position. So I'm going to be working my right hip. I'm going to go side lying. This position, we want to keep the back in a neutral position so we're not rotating back. So I tend to just recommend people to use their arm to block that rotation. Feet together, and we're just going to lift that top knee against the resistance of the band. A little bit of a hold at the top, slow on the way down. We can progress this onto a level 3 if we want to. So we can go into this position, and we're going to be working through a much bigger range of motion. So it's very targeted for the glutes, but as I say, not the most functional. So it's a good place to start to build up some basic strength, but then we want to progress into weight bearing. So the next one, to go into a weight bearing position, if we use the band, still is a bridge. So what we can do here is lie onto your back, squeeze those glutes, squeeze those core muscles, and we're going to lift that bottom up. The band's going to want to pull the knees in, squeeze for 5, control down. Don't want to be feeling this in the back, so feel it in the glutes, hamstrings, and even into the calves. If we push through the midfoot, which is the stance that we recommend when we run, we'll get some nice carryover into running. Now if this starts to get a bit easy, hold for a bit longer, or if you feel comfortable, we can try single leg. So we go up, and at the top, straighten the leg out, keep the resistance on the band, drop the leg down, and back to the start.
Next we'll move on to crab walk. So as I mentioned earlier, this is where the band will go over the laces to get that better activation of the gluteus medius. We're going to go into a slight squat position. Keep the tension on the band, really engage those glutes, and we're just going to step left to right. If you have more space outside to do longer walks, then feel free to work away. And here we've got the ski steps. So this is a bit more functional to running because we're going in that sort of frontal plane of motion. And I'm just working through a forward and backwards drill here to get that control through both movements. If you want to progress to a more challenging exercise, I've just added in this exercise here with the soleus as well as a crab walk. So just going up onto the tiptoes, keeping the knees bent to engage the soleus, but really focusing on glute control as you work through these crab walks. And obviously you can progress this to the ski steps as well.